Hey guys, so today I'm doing a review for Author's Purpose. If you haven't yet, you need to go back to the beginning of the week and watch the videos that I posted on Author's Purpose. This is a review for your quiz that will happen tomorrow. I will post that and let you know where it will be posted this evening. Also, if you haven't finished your vocabularies, you need to do those too because those are good practice for this, and your guided reading will also help you with this standard. Make sure your work is turned in tomorrow by 2:30. I will update those grades in the grade book, and if you are missing any work, make sure you get on to that ASAP. Alright, so to begin, I have the anchor chart here. If you remember from my lesson from the other day, I said that the easiest way to remember Author's Purpose is PI. So PI stands for an acronym, or it is an acronym that stands for Persuade, Inform, and Entertain. So persuade, inform, and entertain are the three reasons authors write. So remember, we said an author is somebody who writes a story or a book, and a purpose is the reason for the author writing. So persuade is the first one. So if you look under that piece of pie, persuade is the author's trying to get you to do or try something, or maybe even to think a certain way. So you'll see at the bottom some examples of ways that people persuade you are commercials. So commercials will try to get you to buy something or to go and do something, and then it gives you where at the bottom it shows your opinion, I think, I believe. So if you see words in a passage that say I think or I believe or you should do this or you should do that, more than likely the purpose is to persuade. So that middle piece of pie is to inform. Inform means the author gives you information and is teaching you and gives you different facts about a topic. So informational texts, nonfiction, are typically to inform you about something, and another good example are news articles. So I'm trying to think of an example. So if the zoo writes an article about a specific tiger or something, that could be an informational text. That was kind of hard to think off the top of my head. The last piece of pie is to entertain. The author is trying to make you enjoy the story. So you'll see that that's comics are for entertaining, fictional text. So those Harry Potter books, Junie B. Jones, the Dork Diaries, those are all for entertainment purposes. The author's purpose for writing those is to entertain. So just remember whenever you say I think, I believe, you should do this, you should do that, it's going to be persuade. If you are giving facts, the author's teaching you something, it's going to be inform. And then if it's something that's comical or makes you laugh for some reason and you're just enjoying the story, remember it's a story, is going to be to entertain. So for this review session, I have some passages that we're going to read, and we're going to think about the purpose of writing these. So these are some of the questions you could see on an EOG that would ask you what the purpose of writing is. When you're scribbling a note with a pencil, do you ever wonder what this handy tool was made from? To get right to the point, a pencil is made of a number of materials. The inside is made of graphite that is made stronger with clay. Its wooden outside comes from cedar trees. The yellow paint on the wood is made from minerals, while the metal brand at one end is aluminum. Should you make a mistake while writing, use the eraser. The main materials are soybean oil and latex. So, there's some typos in there. Sorry about that. But the author's main purpose for writing this passage is to. So I want you to think of some of the words that are used. So persuade is an answer choice, inform, entertain. Think about, does it say you should use this eraser? Let's try to think of the best choice. So the first choice is inform readers about how clay can be used to write with. So there are facts given to me, but There is one thing about clay right here. The inside is made from graphite that is made stronger with clay. It doesn't really say how clay can be used to write with, so I may mark that one out. Persuade readers that the best tool to use for writing is a pencil. It doesn't say you should use a pencil for writing. It says, should you make a mistake while writing, use the eraser. It doesn't say anything like you should do this, I believe. So I'm going to mark that one out. Inform the reader what a pencil is made out of. So I see that it's made from a number of materials, and then it goes on to tell me what the inside is, what the outside is. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to read the last choice to make sure it's not a better choice. Entertain readers with a story about a pencil. Well, it's not really telling a story. It's just giving me facts. So I think my best answer would be C. So if you didn't guess C, you need to go back and make sure that you're understanding what inform means, and look for those words in the text, or those facts in the text that would identify this as an informational text. Okay. If you're looking to buy a car, you should really consider a Honda Odyssey van. This van has it all, from 24 cup holders to doors that will open and close with the touch of a button. If you have a family, this van is perfect for you. The van has 3 rows of seats, plus room in the trunk to store all of your luggage or bikes. Think about buying this van if you want to have it all and look really cool. Alright. So some things that I notice is you should really consider, it sounds like they're kind of talking it up. It has 24 cup holders. You can open the door with a touch of a button. The van is perfect for you if you have a family. Think about buying this van. So I want you to go look at something. The author is trying to get you to do or try something. I mean, it has a few facts about what a Honda Odyssey van is, but why are they giving those, why are they giving you those facts? So the author's main purpose for writing this passage is to entertain readers with a story about a family buying a van. I want you to think, does this passage tell you a story about a family buying a van? If you think about that, you're going to realize, no, there is no story about a family buying a van. So I'm going to mark that one out. Inform readers about the Honda Odyssey van. I mean, it tells me about how many cup holders it is, how the buttons work, or how the doors work, how many rows of seats. I may leave that one. That may be a good choice. I'll come back to that. Persuade readers to purchase a Honda Odyssey van. So it says that you should really consider this. This van is perfect for you. Think about buying this van if you want it all. So I'm going to leave that one there. I may come back to that one. Inform readers about all the cool features inside a Honda Odyssey van. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of telling me about the cool features, but what's sticking out to me is you should really consider this. This van is perfect for you. So the best answer out of those 3 would be to persuade the readers to purchase this van. So that's how I know it's persuading, because the word choice. You should really consider. Remember those. The author's trying to get you to do something. The author in this is trying to get you to consider buying a Honda Odyssey van. That's why C is the best answer. Alright, Benjamin was running as fast as he could. He had to dodge between people on the street, women carrying market baskets, men with their walking sticks and white wigs. His own legs, in pants and knee-high white stockings, flashed like the spoke of a wheel as he ran. He had heard his mother trying to call him back. "Benjamin, stop right now!" But her voice had grown distant as he raced down the road. He had to get there in time. He just had to. He had to tell his dad to vote against the British rule. Alright, so what is the author's purpose for writing this passage? Alright, before I even read the choices, I'm going to reflect on this paragraph, or this short passage. I don't really see any facts given to me. I do know there's a character named Benjamin, and his mother, and then he looks like he's trying to reach his dad. I I don't think the author's trying to get me to do anything, but I'm going to read these just to make sure. Entertain readers about a story of a boy trying to find his dad. Okay, I may come back to that one because that could be it. Inform readers of how the British started the war. I have no information about the British starting a war from what I can see. If you don't know, make sure you go back and reread so you can see that there is nothing about a British starting the war. Mark that one out. Persuade readers to think the British were to blame for the war starting. I don't think this passage is trying to get me to think a certain way or to do something specific. So there is no you should, I believe this, we should do this. So I'm going to mark persuade out. I don't think that's the answer. Lastly, entertain readers with a story about a boy running a race. Okay, so let me go back to the word race. It says, her voice had grown distant as he raced down the road. He had to get there in time. He just had to. He had to tell his dad to vote against the British rule. Okay, so in this situation, we already know that there are words that can mean different things when they're written differently. This does not say the boy was racing in a race. This is saying he raced as in was going really fast down the road. So that one I'm going to mark out because I don't think that's the answer. So the best answer is A, entertain readers about a story of a boy trying to find his dad. We do know he's trying to find his dad because it says at the end he had to get there in time. He had to tell his dad to vote against the British rule. So he's trying to find his dad so he can vote against the British rule. Alright, this is the last one. I have about 4 minutes left. I just got back from the best place on earth, Disneyland. Turns out the best place on earth is the worst place on earth. Buying a ticket is terrible because of the price. Taking a family of 4 is way too expensive. However, once you are inside, it just gets worse. The lines for each ride are really, really long. And then rides only last 2 to 3 minutes. Don't even get me started on lunch. How about paying $10 for a hot dog and $5.50 for a water bottle? When planning a vacation, trust me, stay away from Disneyland. Alright, reflecting on this real quick, I see it started out with him saying, or he or she saying that this is the best place on earth. Turns out it's the worst place on earth. It gives me reasons on why Disneyland is not good. And then it says, when planning a vacation, trust me, stay away from Disneyland. So, what is the purpose? A, entertain the reader with a sad story about a family that went to Disneyland on vacation. So, there isn't really much of a story. It just says whenever he was there, these few things happened, but it wasn't like a story. So I'm going to mark that one out. Inform the reader about the prices for food at Disneyland. So it says how much one food item costs. It didn't talk about all these food items. It talked about the lines, the tickets are horrible, the rides, things like that. So I'm going to mark that one out. Persuade the reader not to go to Disneyland for a vacation. So when I look back up, it says, I'm planning a vacation. Trust me, stay away from Disneyland. So it sounds like the author's trying to get me to stay away from Disneyland because it's the worst place on earth. So I'm going to keep that one there, not cross that one out yet. Lastly, persuade the reader to go to Disneyland for vacation. Well, that's the exact opposite of what the author's trying to do because it says stay away from Disneyland. So I'm going to mark that one out, which leaves my answer to be C, persuade the reader to not go to Disneyland. Think about the wording. Stay away. It gets worse. This is telling me what he believes and what I should believe too and what I should do. So that is the answer. Okay. So that is my review. Make sure if you need to review my last videos, that's okay. Go and do that. Your work is due tomorrow by 2:30 and I will be posting your quiz tomorrow for Author's Purpose. Okay? Thank you, and I will talk to you guys later.